Hey, Allison Verhalen here, just taking a sip of water because I am in Chicago where we are having high smoke levels right now. So if I go into a coughing fit, I apologize. Trying on my water here. So hopefully that does not happen. I am going to try to make this quick because it's a pretty quick topic, but I do want to talk about the importance of giving your hot take on any given topic. So we all, in every industry, we all have the topic of the day, I like to call it, right? What is everyone talking about these days? For me, right now, it's AI. Every podcast I'm on, every networking event I'm at, every one-on-one meeting I have, people ask me about my thoughts and feelings about AI. I can't get away from it. So I actually ended up writing two blog posts about it. I wrote one blog post about it last year, about a year ago, before ChatGPT came out, before everyone was talking about AI. I wrote about it, and then ChatGPT was released, and that completely exploded the conversation, but it also changed the conversation. So I felt like I had to write yet another blog post about it. So I went ahead and did that. So you can see I think I created videos about both of them too. So you can check those out here on my channel, or you can go ahead and read the blog posts over on my blog. Again, my website is AV, as in my initials, Allison Verhalen, avwritingservices.com. You can check those out over there. In the meantime, I did want to talk about, again, your hot take on a topic. So whether it's AI, because again, everyone is talking about AI. I think especially in my industry because I am a writer, but it is one of those things that is impacting every aspect of our lives. People keep talking about the potential for using AI in medicine, in law, in every aspect of our lives. So it's absolutely. I was just talking to someone who at a networking event who has a new headshot that was generated by AI, which was pretty cool. So every aspect of our life. So no matter what you do, it's going to be something that impacts you. So whatever your, whether it's AI or something else, what people want to know what your hot take is. That is how you position yourself as a thought leader in your industry. I think about it as I I watch a particular political show I will not name, but every time they have someone, especially if there's a big scandal going on, right? Regardless of the party, every political person, whether it's a politician or a candidate or a political pundit, they want to get their hot take, right? They tend to ask all their guests the same question because they want to know what's your take on this issue. So think of yourself as that politician or celebrity, if you will, who is getting asked that same question because everyone wants to know what is your hot take. So, I always recommend doing this, keeping in mind you can just talk about what everyone else is talking about, which is not great for your. If you just regurgitate what everyone else is already saying, that's not going to do anything to boost your SEO or to position you as a thought leader. What you need is to have a unique perspective on the topic. So this can be super beneficial with trending topics because it can be really hard to cut through the noise when everyone else is already talking about it. Having a unique perspective on it is how you cut through the noise. You could also just not write about it, which is, and you could write about stuff that no one else is covering, and that's a totally valid option. And I absolutely recommend that. But there's also something to be said for covering the trending topics. If people are looking for answers for this trending topic, they're looking for more information on it, and they're not finding you, they're going to wonder if you know what's going on with this. I think if I had no thoughts on AI, people would be like, are you even paying attention to what's going on in your industry? Right? I don't use it a lot, but I've played around with it because I need to know what's going on. So using a hot take can boost your SEO. Again, if you do it right, if you're really strategic about it, if you're just regurgitating what everyone else is saying, you might as well have a robot do that, right? Speaking of AI, and I am going to use this to jump right into my third point. Actually, I'll skip over my second point and come back to it. But having a hot take is a great way to defeat the robots. Not that you should be wanting to defeat the robots, but it made for a good headline, and it's a good line, so I'm going to use it. But we are going to see a lot of crappy content that people are generating through AI and are using to create content, and they're just publishing it as the robots write the content for them, right? And those AI bots are not actually writing anything; they're just taking stuff that already exists on the internet and regurgitating it for you. So you just sound like what everyone else is. You just sound like everyone else. Keep in mind, ChatGPT, the free version, I think, only goes up to like 2021, and I think the new version that you have to pay for might be a little more recent, but it's still outdated. So that can also be an issue with using one of those AI tools to use to create content about a hot topic that's hot now or is trending now, is that it might not have access to enough data on that topic, and or the data that it does have access to is outdated and useless. So that is something to consider as well. So I think we're going to see a lot of crappy content coming out from AI, and the people who are continuing to create really good high quality content that does have a unique perspective and answers their audience's questions is going to be the content that produces the best, performs the best, both again in terms of SEO and in terms of actually converting those leads. And then position yourself as a thought leader, right? So if you want to be that person where everyone goes, what does so and so think of this topic? I think I've done this. There are certainly some people in my industry, and I can think of the opposite too. There was one person that I saw online talking about AI, and it was like, I don't really care what that person thinks. I'm not even going to read that. Other people, I care very much what they think because I do consider them to be a thought leader in the industry. So I am going to read what they have to say about it and watch their videos because I'm very interested in what they have to say about it because I consider them to be a thought leader. So once you've gotten to that point where people are actively seeking out your answer to a question, that's when you've become a thought leader in your industry, and that is invaluable. But you can't just be contrary for the sake of being contrary, right? So if everyone thinks that AI is awesome and you think it's terrible, don't just say that it's terrible. Have a good reason to back it up. Have a reason as to why you think it's going to be the end of humanity or whatever, right? Whatever your take is, have some evidence or at least theories to back it up. Same with if you're not being contrary, because again, that's how you position yourself as a thought leader. If you just say what everyone else is saying, then you're not positioning yourself as a thought leader. You're just more white noise out into the world, and that does no one any good. So always, whatever your position is, always be able to back it up. Think of back to when you were in school, especially with something like math, right? You couldn't just give the answer because the teacher had to know that you weren't, just a lucky guesser. They needed you to show your work to show that you understand how the math works. Same with whatever it is you're writing about in whatever your industry is, right? By showing your work and having examples and reasons to back up your position, that exemplifies that you have a much higher level of understanding of that topic than your average Joe. So that is it. That is everything that I have to talk about today as on the topic of hot takes and topic of the day. So if you have any questions, you know where to find me. Again, I'm always at avwritingservices.com. Otherwise, have a great week and happy vlogging, everyone.